here in Hitman 3, which is relevant to Sonic.
Yeah.
We don't have any Sonic games, so yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about Sonic 2.
I mean, this guy can't run really fast, but
no,
it's okay.
but yeah, we just saw Sonic 2 today. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was yeah. We saw Sonic 1 like 2 years ago or whatever it said.
Yeah, wasn't it the last movie we saw before?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the last movie before the whole pandemic that I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've seen movies since, but it's kind of funny to think about that. Like,
yeah, actually,
that's the last one.
Pretty interesting.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's been 2 fucking years already.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was just us two, but
yeah, we're kind of Chadless for the foreseeable future.
That's not something you want to be, friends. Talk about Sonic 1 a little bit. Since we didn't do that the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So, Sonic was raised by owls.
Yeah.
Because that fucking happened in the games.
It was cool. Longclaw.
Yeah.
And she's back in this one, all in her glory. Sort of.
You know she's fucking dead?
Yeah, but it's like... It's like, Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
in,
Force Ghost.
Yeah, in the second and the third movie, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the first one, basically, you get introduced to Sonic, he ends up in this home world. It was pretty good. It was actually, like, a pretty good video game movie.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, in between a 7 or 8 out of 10.
For the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, I don't know, it's not groundbreaking or anything, but...
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Listen.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like, most video game adaptations and movies are just
an idea.
fucking terrible.
There's a server
yeah, there's a lot.
To be honest,
if you can gain
I
access
found
to
like
it, you might
Uncharted
be
to
able
be
recover
quite
useful
like just
intel from it.
okay.
You'll have to work together to hack the system. but it's our
Assassin's
best
Creed, we don't
shot.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu, I never saw it.
I never did either. Apparently, I guess that one wasn't too bad. I saw.
Yeah, they said it was decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So far, Sonic has been the best.
Yeah.
Out of all of the video game movies being made.
Well, that's kind of like what I said in the Uncharted one, where it's like it's just sort of. I feel like it's hard to do it in that kind of way because of the way like the mediums are set up. Right, movies are like passive.
Yeah.
Video games. It's hard to go. Like it's easier to go from like a movie to a video game.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other way around, because you're like, oh, I played that already. And like, oh, I already know the story and all that, and it's hard to like live up to that expectation and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the first one was pretty good. Introduces you to like Robotnik and like Sonic, obviously, and like I guess the main characters too, or the human ones.
Yeah.
And then all that, and then yeah, fucking what's his name? Robotnik gets kicked off to a mushroom planet.
Yeah, Mushroom Planet.
And then, yeah, that's kind of where it goes from there. There was like a cutscene with, like, I think Tails right at the end of that one.
Yeah.
And then we come into this one. Which is really cool. And then, I guess we don't have to go over, like, every little thing. But yeah, like I said, like, we thought the first one was pretty good. And we were like, okay, well, let's go watch the second one.
Yeah.
Like, Jim Carrey's fucking... really good as always.
On the doors to the staff area.
I find he's like he's
Alright,
kind of like
Travis,
the
4706.
he's very similar to his version of the Riddler when he plays Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, like over the top. Of course, he's always a pretty good actor. It's kind of funny that like I was joking around with you earlier in the theater. I'm like, this is like his Magnus Opus or whatever, where it's like,
Scan the lock with your camera and I'll have a try.
like he basically said he's like kind of retired.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a good script, like a golden script that comes back.
Okay.
And then I'm like, Sonic 3, baby.
Yeah. I mean, like from where they ended the movie, like, yeah, he should come back.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, they do the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can get to it at near the end, but yeah. So this one just fucking starts off as like you're in a like yeah. We don't have to go scene by scene, but like basically just I guess go through the big story beats or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you go to like the mushroom fucking planet with where Jim Carrey is at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool.
What's he doing? Like,
and you're like, how is he gonna get out of this one?
He's making coffee out of mushrooms, and you just kind of have to think, why?
I know. I thought it was so funny. He had like this whole elaborate like
Looney Tunes fucking trap.
Yeah. Set up to just make like coffee, mushroom coffee or whatever.
And he tries it. He's like, it's bad. I'm like, well, what did you expect? He
makes like 20 of them. He's like, but then somehow he had like pliers and shit, or like those car jacks to like restart a car or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does he have this? I don't know. Sends like a signal or something, I guess, to somewhere, and then someone like uses that ring teleporter to teleport to that place, and then he sets up like those Looney Tune booby traps that like just sends one guy to the moon and like hits another guy with a rock or whatever. And he's about to go through, and then fucking Knuckles comes out of the portal, and you're like, oh shit! Tells him about like this super powerful emerald thing or something, right? The Chaos Emerald, and then the guy's just like, okay.
Actually,
I like that.
The Master Emerald.
Yeah. Well, it's called the Chaos Emerald where I'm from.
No, the Master Emerald is comprised of the Chaos Emerald.
Is it actually called the Master Emerald in the...
Yes. Yeah.
In the
like
comics?
You mean the games?
Well, I know that there's comics.
There's also comics, yes. Yeah, no, they get a lot of the source material right in this movie. And even in Sonic 1, like, they get a lot of it right. Which is cool. Like,
so they basically, like, team up to, like, fucking... Because Eggman wants Sonic, and then...
Yeah.
He's like, alright, I'll just do this. To get the Emerald, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they go to meet Sonic. Sonic's human family goes to, like, vacation. I thought it was kind of funny because, like, literally, like, the scenes before, they're like, Sonic, you're not, like, the dad character, like, is like, you're not, what's it called? You're not ready to, like, be the hero yet. Like, your time will come.
Yeah.
And then literally, like, the next scene after, they're like, hey, we're going on a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. That was kind of weird.
That seems a little bit weird. I don't know why you do that. Yeah, don't mind me. Yeah, so it goes to, like, they go to Hawaii, basically. He's, like, messing around in the house, and then Dr. Robotnik shows up, and he's like, oh, shit! And then he goes to, like, go to punch him, and then fucking Knuckles comes out of nowhere.
Punches him, and, like, he instantly dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not really, but yes.
And he's just like... And then Knuckles is like, you... Or Sonic's like, you can't have my power. And Knuckles is like, you fool, you think I want your power?
Yeah.
Because, like, Sonic is just... Or, Sonic's speed, and he's, like, fucking... Just strong, super strong, I guess.
Yeah.
And, so that happens. And Tails is also tailing Sonic. He shows up and then saves him from the thing, and then goes away. Or they drive away in the truck. And then,
right.
And then, like, Knuckles starts running after them, and I was like, wait, does everyone have, like, superpowers? Or is everyone, like, super fast in this?
Yeah.
Because Knuckles is, like, running too, and I was like, what?
Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails, like, kind of...
Yeah, and then, like, because Tails, too, like, did that helicopter thing. And was, like, gonna... with his tails.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna find Sonic, and then he, like... and then he, like, goes fast, too. And I was like, what the fuck? Can everyone just go super speed?
Everyone except Robotnik.
Is this like the Flash where he's like, I'm the fastest man alive, and then everyone else is also as fast?
Yeah, yeah.
That's him. So they manage to get away in a truck. They fly away, and then, like, they're like, why is everyone fucking... Why? They're like, why is he chasing me? And they're like, maybe he wants the emerald. And they're like, no, that's a fake fucking thing. And then they're like, actually, it's not. And then, like, he pulls out the map that he's been, like, carrying from, like, part 1, or the first movie. That Longclaw gave him. But then, like... Oh shit, is someone flashbanging?
Fuck.
Oh. No, that's okay. You can...
Okay.
It was so quick. But yeah, remember, like, he had that map from, like, map 1, or map... He had, like, the map from, the first movie. The Longclaw gave him?
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, like, this time, like, because he decides to look at it more closely, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, like, it starts to glow for some reason, and then it, like, shows him the way, and you're like, wait, how come it just did that now? What was the, like, he just said the secret word? Emerald or whatever?
I guess so.
So that happens. And then they're like, it's on Earth, of course.
Of course it is.
Is where I hit it. And then, like, Longclaw showed up, and I was like, hell yeah! And then, like, I was like, that's good, we don't have to riot anymore. Because I was gonna start a riot at the end of the movie if if the person wasn't in there. If Longclaw wasn't in there, I was gonna run around and throw all my popcorn everywhere. I was gonna throw it into the baby's mouth. Because yeah, they're also like, oh my god, there was two, not one, there was two fucking babies.
Oh, I know.
In our fucking...
In the row behind us.
Yeah, there's one, like, there's one, like, way ahead of us, and then one, I think, like, behind us. And we're like, what the fuck?
The top agents working
like,
for
just keep
Crystal
your
Dawn,
babies
the
at home. Like,
Pan-African
fuck it off.
terrorist organization. I almost
Like,
had
I understand you want, like,
chose the Maelstrom instead.
like a day at the movies, but, like...
What is his business?
It's like...
Get a babysitter or just stay home.
I know. Like, don't bring your fucking baby to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Because, like... 100% chance they're gonna start crying for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, whatever reason they're gonna cry for, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just gonna piss everyone off in the theater.
Yeah, it's just gonna annoy everyone.
So,
It's like, I'm trying to watch a movie and this fucking...
Like, why?
Kids
Like,
crying.
why? Like, people that bring their babies to the movie theater, they're just so stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna catch flack for that, for saying that. But.
I mean, I know it's such a hack, like, joke, right? Like, from, like, 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
Like, bring your baby on it, but it's like, on fucking airplanes and, like, movie theaters are just the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Like, if you can, like, avoid it, it'll just save so much, everyone's trouble. But yeah, that was besides the point. Just wanted to get that annoyance, I guess, off the chest. So what else happens after that? So they're like, hey, it's in Siberia. Is the fucking, I guess...
Yeah.
No, it wasn't where the... Oh! Yeah, it was the map to another map.
Yeah.
To the way.
A map to the compass.
Yeah. A map to the compass to find the way to the emerald. Which, like... If you sit down and think about it, yeah, it's one of those, like, Uncharted things, or like, what the fuck, really? But it's sort of like a kid's movie, and it's sort of like a, you know, like, it kind of works. It's not like, it's a fun movie to watch, anyways, if you just kind of like sit back and just enjoy it. So they go to Siberia, and then they're like, they go to like, there's like this little weird side quest where like they have to like dance battle these like Russians.
No, yeah, that was pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Like, you think that they're all just gonna like murder and have to fight him or something, and then they just like the fucking big burly chest dude just like starts fucking breakdancing, and you're like, oh, okay. And then somehow they win, and then like they end up going to like this fortress thing. They go inside, get the fucking... Like, all he did was, like, turn a few symbols around, and then that was it. And then, like, the compass comes out or whatever. And then, of course, right at that moment, like, you know, like Uncharted as well, right? Where the villains wait for the guys to... the villains wait for the heroes to solve the puzzle, then they come in.
Yeah.
Because it also happens in Uncharted, right, too, where, like, they solve it and then they always come in
Of course.
right when they solve it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's not just in Uncharted that it happens in, like...
No, but I just mean,
like, literally, like, any adventure movie.
Yeah.
With a villain.
Like, thanks for doing all the hard work, and then fucking... Yeah, Jim Carrey is just fucking great.
Yeah.
Almost everything just, like, laughing. Like, what the fuck?
Because everything he does is so fucking dumb.
Because it's
and
so,
it's
like,
so entertaining, though.
Yeah. Because it's so, like, over the top. It's just, like, he's just, like, laughing.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, he brings Knuckles, and then they, like, have a little fight, and then they end up... Sonic ends up, like, snowboarding down the mountain. Tails is, like, I guess flying above or whatever. And then it gets to near the end, and then Knuckles is like, my whole family's been killed because of this war or whatever, because of the war with the... Fuck. You almost had it. Because there's like a war with the Echidnas and the Longclaw Owl people or whatever. For the Emerald, I guess the Longclaw people want to keep it hidden, and the Echidnas want to get the power for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I don't even... Now that I realize, I don't really know what Knuckles' whole thing was. Other than, he wants to get the Chaos Emerald, but it's like, okay, to do what? Like, what is he gonna do? So yeah, so that happens. And then Sonic's kind of like, yeah, my whole family, that happened to me too. And then they kind of have a heart-to-heart. But then Tails throws like a stun thing on him.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I don't know, Tails somehow gets knocked out, right, or whatever. And then... Was it the compass? Yeah, the compass, like... Oh yeah, because Sonic throws it to Tails. And then, like, Robotnik, like, gets in the way and grabs it. It's like, ah! And then, like... And then, like, but then Tails gets knocked out, and then Sonic, instead of going for the compass, he goes towards Tails, his buddy.
Mm.
And they're like, oh no, and then, like, an avalanche starts. And you're like, oh fuck, and then he starts snowboarding down the mountain. And then, like, he lost all his, like, teleporting rings thing, whatever, as they were, like, gonna fly out the mountain. And then, like, I knew this was gonna happen, like, as I saw this scene happening, where, like, so earlier, like, his, I guess, technically, right, his foster dad and mom were, like, in Hawaii for, like, I guess their sister's wedding the whole time. And the dad figure does, like, this joke with the rings. Because, like, Sonic gives him one ring, right, to teleport back. Because they use it to teleport to Hawaii. So...
47.
And,
I would like to address the
right when this happened, I was like, oh god, okay, this is gonna happen. What's his name? Like, the dad guy, like, does, like, a magic trick prank thing. Where, like, the ring bearer is coming up to them, like, it's like the daughter.
Yeah.
And then she has, like, the rings, and then he's like, oh, and then he, like, takes one of the rings, right? And then, because there's supposed to be two, and then he was like, oh, where's the other ring? And then the girl's like, oh, there's supposed to be two, I don't know. And then he does, you know, like, the behind the ear ring trick or whatever.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then he puts the ring back, and it's like, oh, there it is, and then I'm like, oh, he swapped out the rings, didn't he? I was like, oh, he accidentally put the teleporter ring and didn't grab, like, he just had the actual, just a normal ring on him. And then that's where it comes into play later, where Sonic's calling him to use the ring thing to, like, teleport them back, because he lost all his, otherwise he'll get killed by the avalanche. And then he goes to throw the ring, and then it just, like, plops on the ground. And he's like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, and then he's got to go up and stop the wedding that's in process, because they used, like, the teleporter ring on her finger instead of, like, the actual ring that he has.
Mm.
Except he goes up, like, I don't know if this was annoying you, but it was annoying me. Like, he goes up to him and he's like, I need the ring! And it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. Like, oh, I need the ring. Like, can I have the ring for a second? And he's like, I need it. But then, like, why couldn't you just be like, hey, this is it. Like, bring out the actual ring. You know, like, her ring, right? And be like, this is the actual ring. I accidentally swapped it out for the other ring that isn't her ring. And then I feel like he'd be like, oh, okay. And then, like, he'd be able to do that.
That's Marcus.
But instead, like, it's this whole thing where it's like, give me the ring! No, I need it. Can I see it for a second? And it's like this whole thing right in the middle of this fucking wedding. So he ends up, like, punching the dude in the face and then throwing the ring. And then Sonic teleports through, but then a whole bunch of snow comes through.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like that would have probably killed a bunch of people. The people that, like, end up at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just getting crushed by fucking snow in Hawaii. Imagine that. And then what happens after that?
You're trespassing. Hey, you stop right now.
You're in trouble now.
You have no business here.
I need help.
Yeah, so they get in safely, and then there's like a net goes over Sonic or whatever as he's trying to help Tails. And at first I was like, wait, is Robotnik here already? In Hawaii? What the fuck? And then it turns out it was
fuck.
Turns out it was what's his name? Okay, I just gotta have this thing on. Turns out it was it was like a bunch of FBI people, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the organization Gun.
Yeah.
From the games.
Is that okay? I was gonna say, is that from the actual games and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's not just some made up fucking acronym named Gun.
But yeah, so what's it called? Like, yeah, so it ends up being like those police people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like all the groomsmen and everyone just pulls out and they're like, we're police. And then it was like what's it called, the dude that was like the general. He's like, actually we're all undercover, it's a sting operation. You're like, what?
Pick that up.
And then you're like, is everyone a police? And then they're like, and like it turns out like the groom, right, that's the term, the guy being married is also a fucking policeman. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They just all did this just so they can get close to them, just so they can possibly get to Sonic. Mm-hmm. It's like, what?
Correct.
And then they all wheel Sonic away, and you're like, oh, okay. And they're like, you're misunderstood. And they're like, Sonic's the good guy. And then they're like, all right. And then they're like, Robotnik's back. And then he's like, what? And he like calls someone. He's like, Robotnik might be back. And then yeah, they get cartwheeled off. The sister, which is the wife of one of the guys that was being undercover, is like super pissed. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. She's like, "Oh, does this gun? Can this incinerate him?"
Yeah.
Like, she didn't say that, but like,
yeah,
she could have. She could have said that.
No, she does say something later, a little bit later on, where she's talking to her sister, right?
And
they're like, I think, what is it? They're planning to do something or whatever. And she's like, okay, we're gonna go here, and then I go to like there, and we like, knock out those guards, and then she's like, yeah, and then I go here and get to my groom, and I fucking put my hands around his neck and squeeze tight until all the air comes out, and you're like, what the fuck? You're like, Jesus Christ. And then I guess Knuckles has like the teleporting coin, some teleporting coins, because Robotnik and Knuckles go to like some island somewhere, where like the emerald is supposed to be, and then they're like, okay, this is where we are, I guess, and then they like put the thing on the ground, the compass or whatever, and then it does like the parting of the Red Sea thing, where it just parts the entire ocean, or a bit of the ocean, like underground, and then there's like this fucking just temple, this like ancient fucking temple in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they like have to go into it or whatever, and it also shoots like the gigantic fucking beam of green light into the air, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that was a thing. And then on Hawaii, of course, they have to tie in Hawaii into it as a coincidence.
Of course.
And it just so happens to be like a few thousand miles off of where they are in Hawaii to where they can see the beam of light, and they're like, I guess that's where he is. I guess we need to go there.
You bet.
And they're like, alright. And then Robotnik and Knuckles go into the temple or whatever, and it's like it's like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Uncharted, where it's like even like Robotnik makes a joke where he's like, he's just like, oh, I get it now. There's a booby trap every 7 seconds, and then like and then like an axe comes and almost slices his head off, and he's like, actually that was a lot quicker than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And then Knuckles is like, alright, well I guess we go. And then like Robotnik's like, actually, think, be smarter, or like, what do you say, like, think smarter, not harder, or whatever?
Yeah.
Or whatever that term is. And you're like, oh, okay. I guess he'll do that. And then he just has like his drone scanning for fucking walls or whatever. And then Sonic, he decides to like cross the ocean, run across it.
Mm.
And then like, he kind of fails halfway because he gets hit by the water. So you think that he like, and then he washes up on the beach, and I'm like, oh, I thought he didn't make it, and I thought he went back to like the Hawaii starting point.
Mm.
But I guess he ended up on the beach. And then he goes through he ends up where they are in the temple room thing. But then Sonic's just like running through everything. And like every trap is going off, and he's just like running through it all. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention another funny thing too was like the assistant from like part 1.
Yeah.
Or Sonic 1 was also in there. His parts was kind of funny too, because he's just like classic I don't know, like cartoon like henchman or whatever. Like the number 2 guy. Where he's just like, I'll do anything for you, boss. Yeah. Nothing to see here. He's like, oh, that's weird.
Need some help here. Please, go get some help.
I'll just run away.
This is where you step up to the plate, man. Some loony is running around this place.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
You must have seen pacify the bastard.
Oh, shit.
No.
Damn. Almost.
Almost.
You're almost there. But yeah, like his henchman is. There's a lot of parts where he's just like, yes, sir. And then he's like, after his boss was like in the mushroom place forever, he's just like,
latte with goat milk.
Yeah.
Evil base transforms. What the fuck is that?
He's working at like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And then he's just like doing a latte art with his face on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That like nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah. There's just like a regular dude that like ordered it, and he's just like, what the fuck? And he like scribbles on it. And then yeah, like the fucking latte thing turns into like the super secret base. HQ base. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, so Sonic is just like running through all the fucking shits. Ends up where they are. Sonic and like Knuckles start fighting, and it was actually kind of cool. Their fight scene. So they fight. Oh. There you go. Yeah, so they start fighting, and then as they're fighting, Robotnik just goes up. Oh. Well, now he's gonna go where the body is. But yeah, like, so, like, as they're being distracted fighting each other, Robotnik just goes up and gets to the, like, so there's the Chaos Emerald at the end of the thing, or the Master Emerald, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes up to get it, and he's like, actually, I got it, this is mine, this time.
All right there.
And then he grabs it.
Trespassing. Please turn around. That's it.
I'm not trespassing.
1 foot in front of the other.
Yeah, so... and then he touches it, and then I guess he gains the power of the emerald, and he just, like, gets all this electricity. And I guess... Was that the power of the chaos of the Master Emerald in the lore of Sonic 2? Like, I knew it gave you, like, power, but, like, in this one they're like... Anything you can think of, it'll grant you or something like that. And I was like, oh, so it's kind of like a fucking wish thing?
Similar, maybe.
God, I'm shutting down.
Because I know that it gives you, like, immense amount of power. It just, like, gives you a lot of power.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I do know that. And I know that, like, was it, like, Shadow gets it in that game, right?
Yeah.
It becomes, like, Super Shadow or whatever. And then Sonic also, you know, becomes Super Sonic from that. But yeah, I never thought it was, like, just a... Like, I guess I would have to look it up, but... I never thought it was, like, oh... It's like a power... You know, whatever... It's like a wish thing, right? Like anything you wish for, it'll grant you.
I don't know if it's that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, so if they do that kind of wish thing, this might be a little bit trouble, because like, a lot of the wish stuff is kind of hard, because, like, once it becomes that, then you're like, well, because, like, a lot of the, like, because it sort of, the same thing with time travel, where, like, it brings in a lot of, like,
indeed, it can.
yeah, it might solve a lot of things, but then it also, like, it also could open up a lot of plot holes where you're like, well, why didn't you just wish this then, or why didn't you wish that? Like with Wonder Woman in 1984, right?
I never saw it.
I never saw it either, but, like, I know that, like, there's, like, the wishing stone or something that they have in it.
Of course there is.
Yeah. It's, like, one of the items or something. There's also all those other ones that,
How
like,
are you, sir?
and then you're just like, wait, why didn't you just wish for Sonic to not have legs or something?
Yeah.
Or why didn't you wish for Sonic to be on another planet? Or why didn't you wish yourself to be, like, you know, this, that, and the other?
And not make an Eggman Gundam.
Yeah. He's like, no, this is what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, he becomes all powerful. He has all this electricity. He has these, like, electrical powers coming out of him. And he can teleport now, too. And he, like, teleports to, like, that cafe where his henchman's at.
Yeah.
And then there's that other guy, just like that rookie fucking cop from, like, the first movie. And he's like, why won't you take this bagel or whatever the fuck? Yeah. And he's just like, that's just a display bagel. And then, so what's his name? Like, Robotnik appears there. And he's able to, like, he can teleport. Right? He's just, like, teleporting from place to place in there. He's able to, like, just destroy the handcuffs that the guy had on the henchman.
Where are you going?
And then, like,
We're not done yet.
and then, like, all the armies, like, outside their place.
You got that?
And he goes outside and there's, like, smoke and all that. Oh, yeah, and then, one of the funniest things when he first comes into the cafe with the powers. And I even made a joke, I'm like, what the fuck? Where, like, his voice is all, like, super echoey and, like, reverb and all that, and it sounds like it has auto-tune. And it's and it sounds like he's, like, singing. And he's like, I'm 3.0 or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, like, Black Eyed Peas.
I would like to
Like, he just fucking...
Providence partners directly.
So, like, he goes to meet the army outside. But he's just, like, floating, too. He's just, like, floating as he's going outside. He's like, hey, guys.
Finding a map, Taman.
And then, like, the fucking regular human guys are there. And he's just like, well, actually, you haven't seen my full power yet. And then he, like,
That's Carling.
goes up into, like,
Providence
floats up to, like,
Brass
the space or
Balls
whatever.
A legendary political
Into, like, a
fixer,
black
England's
tornado
old
thing.
army, and as
And
rotten
then his henchman's
as
like, what about me? Take me! He's like, alright. And then just, like, zaps him into, like, his like tornado thing, and then the tornado thing is being revealed to him forming a fucking, what is it called? Like a Zorg?
Gundam Megazord.
Yeah, fucking Megazord, like egg robot.
Yeah, eggbot.
Eggbot. Fucking yeah, Zorg. Fucking Power Rangers.
Megazord Transformer Gundam shit.
It's a fucking Power Rangers metamorphin time thing.
Yeah.
So he does that, and then like he's just in the middle of this little electrical thing, and his henchman like has he made like a little cockpit for him to like shoot shit, I guess, or do something off to the side. And I'm like, oh, okay, what the fuck? And then he just starts like dancing or whatever. The robot's just like dancing and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. And the robot like does whatever he does, I guess.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. Cause isn't that what everyone's going? Isn't that what everyone does when they get into a giant robot?
Yeah.
They just start dancing. Oh yeah, he also like earlier on too, he like flosses and shit to Knuckles.
Oh yeah. It's just so fucking stupid.
I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I think he said like no cap or something too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
he's like, I didn't understand what you just said. And then so yeah, so Sonic, Tails, and like Knuckles
Really sorry for the
decided to team up.
inconvenience, but this area is restricted due to increased security. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you later then. Yeah, so Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all decided to team up. Sonic's like, with my speed, your strength, and your brains, I guess we can fucking do this shit. We gotta work together, because they try to like beat them all up like separately. It doesn't work. So they all like. I don't even really know if they have a plan, but I guess Sonic just decides to distract him, and then like Knuckles and Tails goes like climbs the robot to get, I guess, to where he is, to where Robotnik is.
Yeah.
And Sonic kind of like loses. I guess he's tired. I don't know. He's like on a bridge and then like gets caught out and then like gets punched and then the bridge gets destroyed and he falls down. But then Tails like breaks in and then he starts like trying to fight him and then like Robotnik's like, I'm more powerful than you, ha ha ha, and then like and then Knuckles is just like, or no, and Tails is like, I was the distraction. And Knuckles comes and like just punches the shit out of him. And I was like, holy shit, Sonic like barely survived getting punched.
Yeah.
And you're punching like a normal human. And he literally like punches the emerald out of
Yeah.
out of like, I don't know how that works. He just like literally punches the thing out of him.
Well, the emerald is actually in Robotnik's penis.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say in his stomach.
No. It's in his penis.
So he punches it, and then it inverts itself.
Yeah.
Turns into a vagina, and then it.
Yeah.
And then it knocks the emerald out of it. Okay. I get it now. And that happens, and then the emerald like falls out of him, I guess, into the ground, and then Sonic is like, oh, I need to go get it. So he was like severely hurt, and he's just like hobbling over to it. And then Robotnik doesn't have the emerald powers anymore, and he's like, go to auxiliary powers, and somehow the robot still works. And it's just like the robot's like going forward and shit. And then he's about to get squished. His whole family like somehow saves him with a truck. And then like the truck like flips over, and then they have the emerald. There's just the three of them there. And then like instead of Robotnik like just hitting him with fire, he just has like a fire thing around them.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay. I guess that's just classic like movie type thing, villain thing. And then he goes to like squish him, and then like the Chaos Emerald, or the Master Emerald like crumbles up, and he's like, oh fuck. And they're like, no, and then they're gonna get squished, and they're like, and they're all just like, well, I guess this is it. Love you guys. and then like all the emeralds like spin up, go crazy, and then they go into Sonic.
Yeah.
Right as the thing comes down, and you're like, oh shit.
And then the Supersonic appears.
Yeah. It's fucking dope.
Yeah. He like completely dismantled the fucking egg Gundam.
Yeah, fucking just destroys the shit out of it. Like it's like he's Superman.
It like literally saws off the head too.
Yeah, it just goes around.
And like the robot topples over, and then with like Eggman still in it.
Yeah, he like falls, and then like Eggman 2 is falling backwards out of it, and you're like, oh shit! I'm like, he would die. He would like fall down and crack, like just go splat. But you know, this is a cartoon, or cartoon movie, so I guess that can't happen.
I wanted to
yeah, no, that part was fucking cool. Like you just see glowing underneath the feet the first time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit! And you're like Supersonic.
And
hell yeah!
terminal gives me an idea.
This is what we've been waiting for
There's
from
a
like
server room
episode
near the
or
Shakes' personal
I keep saying episode
If
1
we
and
can
like
gain
season 1.
access to it, we might be able to
This is what we've been
recover
waiting for
useful
from like the
intel.
first movie, right?
You'll have to work
Where,
together
like-
to hack the system, but it's our
Because I know
best
that like
shot.
some people were like, oh, we didn't get to see Supersonic in like the first movie, and you're like, oh, I kind of wish he had that, right? But then this one is like, oh hell yeah, like he just goes into Supersonic. It looks fucking dope and badass.
Mm-hmm.
And like they do it correctly, and then like and then he ends up beating him, and then like and then his family goes to like go touch him afterwards after they win, and then Knuckles is like, no, that's not the Sonic you once knew. He's the most powerful being on Earth.
Yeah.
And then Sonic goes like, he's like, just has his hand up in the air, and it's like this like black tornado thing coming, and you're like, oh shit, what the hell's gonna happen? What is he gonna do? and then you just see a chili dog fucking form out of nowhere, and he's just like, and he goes and eats it, and he's like, that's about right. Hey, you guys should have one too. And then he like makes another chili dog, and then it like goes towards
They
him.
like completely fall like.
It falls like on Knuckles' face.
Yeah.
But just fucking like there's like two wiener dogs just like right in his eyes. And then Knuckles is like, oh no, this isn't exactly the Sonic that you know and love. And then he goes, and then Sonic just like takes the. I thought he like just put it into another dimension or something, but I guess he just like took the Chaos Emerald or the Chaos Emeralds out of his body.
Yeah.
I thought it was going away somewhere else, and I'm like, wait, where is he putting it?
No, when he like turned back to his normal form,
Yeah.
the Chaos Emeralds left his body.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I thought like because it was like that weird thing in the clouds and all that.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like going to somewhere magical, but yeah, no, it just like disappears. And then Knuckles goes, finds the fragments, and then like just squishes them together back into the Master Emerald.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, we have it now. What do we do? And then they're like, well, I guess we're the new Defenders. We're the Justice League.
I mean, kind of.
So they have
Better in this Justice League than the Riverdale Justice League.
true. They're stronger. There's speed, strength, intelligence,
Yeah.
and two regular human beings.
Yeah. That don't offer anything.
The parents, yeah. And one dog.
Hmm.
And then,
The
yeah.
dog's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, the dog's fucking dope. like near the beginning of the movie when like Jim Carrey like meets Sonic in his house, and he's like I'm gonna like I can't remember if he says kill, but he's like I'm gonna like end you, your family, and your little dog too.
Yeah.
And then like when they escape, my first thought like when Sonic and Tails were escaping, I was like, but what about the dog? No, I hope the dog's okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought like Jim Carrey was gonna like I don't know like steal the dog or something.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
He'd get canceled for that.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh wait, this is kind of like a kids-ish movie, so they probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So they like, yeah, then they have like this whole baseball game where like Knuckles doesn't really understand the thing, and
And then they
whatever.
talk to him about like, yeah, this is just for fun.
Yeah. It's like, all right. I'll beat everyone. And then smacks the baseball like
Through the scoreboard.
300 kilometers per hour
Yeah.
into the scoreboard. Yeah. Then they go to ice cream and they leave. And then as they're leaving, you just see the Chaos Emerald in this cooler.
No, yeah.
Beer cooler.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. But then Sonic grabbed it.
Yeah, Sonic comes back and grabs it. Like, oh, okay, good. And then yeah, that's where it ends. And then there's credits.
Yeah.
And man,
That credit
Yeah.
scene.
that's pretty good. And then yeah, there's a credit scene.
Yeah, it's like the gun is doing like the cleanup, and they're like, "Oh, we can't find Robotnik," and I'm like, "Oh, of course you can."
Yeah.
And they're like, "But then there was this."
No, no, wait.
We were going through all his files, and we found.
No, I was gonna say with Robotnik, they were like, no one could survive that. Of course he's gone. And I was like, oh, of course,
Yeah.
he's still alive. But I guess I don't know because Jim Carrey, this is the last one he said, so who knows?
Don't believe everything you read.
Because they're like, no one could survive that, and you're like, well, I guess fucking Robotnik can.
Yeah. But then they were going through all of his data, and they found.
Wait, was it his data?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He must have like found what they were talking about, and what they were talking about is Project Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting because it showed and then it showed like this giant canister with Shadow in it.
Yeah.
And he just woke up.
The Shadow the Hedgehog, and it like
Yeah.
comes up, and it's Shadow there, and he's
Yeah.
like, and you're like, oh, that's fucking badass. And I made a joke too before, like before that thing showed up, and I was like, and the fucking police guys were talking to each other, and they were like, we found something, and I was like, a black hedgehog, and then like I was like, oh wait, it actually is.
Yeah, because
It
like
actually is
usually
Shadow.
like the evil version of the hero is usually like darker.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I know Sonic, or I know Shadow and stuff too. I knew that before.
Yeah.
There's also a Scourge as well.
A what?
There's a Scourge as
Oh.
well, which is it's. I think this one is actually like a direct. It's like a clone. It's like an evil, like a multiverse version of Sonic,
Okay.
and he turns like green.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that one up.
yeah. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
He's like more evil than Shadow.
Oh wow.
But yeah, no, that was fucking cool. It was a really good movie. Like if you thought the first one was good, and if you want to watch like an actual good like video game
Yeah.
movie and like a Sonic one, definitely
Mhm.
would recommend this one
Yeah. Same.
for Sonic 2. I guess we probably should have went with our scores at the beginning of the
Oh right.
for this movie, but
Yeah.
oh well, we can do it now, I guess.
I give it like I give it 9 out of 10.
A 9. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I was gonna go pretty. I thought mine was gonna be pretty high. I'd say like it's an 8.
Yeah.
It's definitely really good.
Yeah.
It's not like perfect. It's not a perfect movie, or like, it's not super like, it's very like PG. They're like,
Yeah.
like they also like you and me were talking about like the Spider-Man, like the '90s cartoon where they couldn't have like guns and they couldn't have like
Yeah.
the vampire guy
Yeah.
show blood or anything. Like this one too, where like. I mean, they had punches and stuff, but like I noticed too, all the guns were like tasers, and like they also had like the futuristic guns too, of like Halo guns where like they shot lasers and shit. And then you had like the laser beams and like all those like missiles.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized it's funny that they have missiles, but like they're like, no, we can't have guns, but we can have fucking missile strikes.
Yeah.
From drones. But yeah, I thought it was definitely good like 7 or 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good one. You should definitely watch.
Definitely would recommend.
Mm-hmm. If you want to watch a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like I guess closing?
Not really.
No.
No, I really didn't find any like big problems with it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like. Not the most complex plot or whatever, and then there's
Yeah.
like the map to find the compass to find the
Yeah.
emerald, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like a kid's thing, so or it's it's more like I guess, geared for a slightly younger audience, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like The Boys or something.
No, oh yeah. Yeah.
There's just blood and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I guess that is it for our review of Sonic 2 Electric Boogaloo. It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
And I definitely would be excited for the third one, because it seems like they might set one up, I guess, right? With
Yeah.
I guess it'll be Shadow instead.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the main villain. I didn't realize it was Dr. Robotnik's. Like, was it his work, or...
No, well, I'll look this up and get back to you.
Right. I mean, I guess we could do it now, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I can play a little bit if you want to look it up, or I don't know if you want to...
No, that's okay. That's
okay. Yeah, like, I just... Because, yeah, like, that's sort of the only thing, too, is that, like, they supposedly were working... Someone was working on it for 50 years, because it was, like, a 50-year-old project.
Yeah,
But
so...
I'm like, who was doing this?
Basically, it's an alien race that created Shadow, and I think they did it with Dr. Robotnik's help, I believe.
Oh.
Which would make sense why it was in his records.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's... Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was involved with it, I think.
Right. But then, like, that also doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't really make... Like, the first movie then doesn't really kind of make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole thing is, like, him trying to get the power of Sonic, right?
Yeah.
And, like, trying to be Sonic, but then it's like...
Yeah.
But then why do that if he had this...
Don't know.
For 50 years in his back pocket, he had basically a clone of Sonic who's as fast as Sonic too, right? Because that's the whole thing, is he's also a speedster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna fix that and work that into it, because that sort of doesn't really make that's the only thing that kind of doesn't make sense to me. But besides that, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Because and also, like, it seems like that was the first time he's even seen a hedgehog, like Sonic in the first movie.
Yeah.
But then this one, like, oh no, he's been working on this for 50 years. But wait, Sonic only appeared like 3 years prior to this, or 2 years, or however long it was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, oh well. Aside from that, I am looking forward to that.
Yeah,
to Sonic
me too.
3.
All right, thanks for your help.
I'll be excited to see how they pull that off and how it fits into the first two, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
That's it for our review.
Yep.
Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. Yeah.
Subscribe. Nice.
Subscribe, yeah. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I don't know, I guess comment if you guys want us to watch some other movie or comment about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess follow our Twitch, UGGs, and mine, Breeloo.
Peace.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next one. Peace.
Peace and love.